anything to say about Fritz Skeen, and you're just in great hands. And so it's just an honor today to be in the position I am. Last year I wasn't quite passing it to myself, to pass it to Fritz Skeen, to let him now lead you and do his welcome and be with you today. Fritz Skeen, I'm going to pass the gavel to you, and you will have your comments and close. I guess we'll get started.
Well, I have worked hard on this. Everybody has stepped on every line I had this morning, but you're going to get it anyway. So we'll work on this. But first of all, again, thanks to Susan. Grace, style, and always that smile. And through a lot of tough times, excellent job. Thank you. It's a real honor to be here today. I'm not sure why I'm here, other than I got asked to. Diane, the day after a committee meeting, said, "Can I talk to you a minute? And would you consider being treasurer?" And I'm like, I didn't even know I had asked to do anything, and so forth. So it's a great honor to be here to represent everybody. This is nothing that I expected when I first joined the board. Absolutely nothing. I need to thank Helen. They're there. She's married into all this. She's a Wichita State graduate. She's from Wichita. One of our first dates along the way was back when we used to play Notre Dame every year in Louisville, and we went to a game, and my friend Bill Adams warned her, about me at a basketball game, and she goes, "Oh, I know basketball. I went to Wichita State," etc. After that game, she still stayed with me, so that's okay. As I recall, Digger beat us that year, so I was not particularly pleased at all. By background, I grew up in Frankfort, but I was born in Michigan in Mount Clemens, outside Detroit, because as a result of World War II, you had to get a job, and the jobs were in Detroit. And so that's where my folks were, but they moved back to Kentucky when I was 1, and I was very fortunate because they went to, I'm not a first generation, I'm a second. They went to Berea. They went to high school and college there, did board and all that through the foundation high school and whatnot. And my mother is from Merle in Wayne County. It's a suburb of Monticello. My father was from Rockholds in Whitley County. It still exists. There's a little sign that says Rockholds, and it's a distant suburb of Corbin. But they were very focused on education. My mother is a math major, my father a physics and math major. As they went to college, that was interrupted by World War II, and my mother tested shell casings that were going to be used, for weapons to fire up things off and so forth. As a chemist in a chem lab, my dad was in New Guinea and the Philippines, which that wasn't a particularly great place to be, and so forth. But I was very lucky because My father loved basketball, loved it. He played a little at Berea before the war. When he came back, he couldn't play anymore because he had flat feet. But they would come over to Alumni Gym and watch games, in the 40s, in Alumni Gym, and he came and he loved Kentucky basketball. Well, in the early 50s, they built this new building called Memorial Coliseum. And Memorial Coliseum has seats on the side. It had an end zone. And the end zone had a balcony. And they were going to sell tickets, season tickets. So he convinced my mother to come over, stand in line, and get these tickets. And he wanted front row of the balcony, looking down the court. She gets to the front. She says, "I want these tickets." And I go, "Oh, ma'am, that's general admission. You want these tickets on the side?" "No, I don't. I want these. These are the ones my husband picked out." It'd been a long distance call to have called Frankfurt then, and didn't do that. And so they sent her to see the ticket manager. And we go through the same thing. They send her in to see Bernie Shively. And Bernie Shively tries to explain to her that you want the sideline tickets. And she goes, "No, I don't." And he calls in the ticket manager and says, "Joe, gather up these loose tickets, they weren't in books, sell them to this lady as a season ticket. Maybe people are going to want those seats." And so she left with those tickets, and we still have them. My father never got to see Rock. And, but anyway, it's a big deal that they're still there. Mike called me one time this year and said, "I got these tickets to a game. Would you like to go?" And it was a big game. I forget what game it was. I said, "No, this is a big game. For big games, that's where I sit." So, we still do that and remember it, and it's quite fun. So, how did I get interested in UK? Well, of course, and as you know, I was in the band. I've always liked music. My parents couldn't carry a tune. But I would come with my dad to these games, starting at about age 7 or 8, and you'd go up to the front and you'd see students lined up forever to get in. I noticed the pep band came in right through the front doors of the Coliseum. They sat at mid-court too. Best seats in the house. And I thought, well, this is a pretty good deal. So I started playing in the band, and that's how we got there. So anyway, I got interested. It was a big deal to go to UK if your parents went to Berea, that you actually paid tuition instead of work the looms and milk the cows to do this. So $125 a semester was a big deal back then. And here I was. It's a life-changing experience to be here. I met Bill Schutze here. I was the 19-year-old president of the Phi Sig House, and I get a call one day from Bill Hawley. That's his alias back then. And he said he had been appointed our house father at the Phi Sig House. We couldn't afford a house mother. And that was quite an experience to have Bill Schutze as the house father. Let me tell you that, but it will require alcoholic beverages to continue that part of the story. So anyway, I thought I'd go to UK. I would, graduate. I would get a job in Kentucky, and I'd be here forever. So I was in the MBA MBA program, and one day Dr. Bruce Walker was a marketing professor and a guy I'd been close to, and IBM Data Processing Division called and said, we'd like to interview some people that are in MBA programs for jobs in sales. And he said, well, why don't you do this? I had about zero interest in that, and but I did. I would have never hired me after I was in IBM. And but I went and got interested, and lo and behold, got hired. And it was a wonderful experience to be in a company and an industry that has changed what we do and how we do it. And it's just amazing what has happened from the days of punch cards to now we've got our own app, type of things. It's just an incredible journey. And as Kami noted, it's taken me every place. Chicago, Raleigh, Chicago, Los Angeles, that was our foreign assignment. White Plains, New York, and back to Chicago. But along the way, IBM, the industry changed, and we forgot to notice in IBM. And IBM got in trouble, and we really had to change. And as a result of that, we started reading all these books about change and what's going to happen when things change, and change is uncomfortable. And one of my favorites was one, and it's called Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. If you want to get it, you can go on the internet, and you can actually download pieces of it for free. And the tenet of it is about change and how to deal with it in work and in life. And it's about these mice, and it's sniff, scurry, hem, and haw. I think of hem and haw or probably went to Duke or something like that. The major point of the book is that hem and haw just went back to the same place every day, and they expected the cheese to be there. And Sniff and Scurry noticed that the cheese wasn't there, and so they went wherever they had to go to find the cheese. And so the point of the book can be summarized in a few statements. Change happens, and the cheese will keep moving. So you got to change to find the cheese. You have to anticipate the change. You got to get ready for the cheese to move and be ready to make that change. You've got to monitor the change. Smell the cheese often so you know it's getting old or it's getting moldy, unless it's Roquefort, and then that's okay. Smell the cheese often and monitor that change. And then adapt to change quickly. Don't hang around, move, get going. And let go of the old and enjoy the new. You got to change, you got to move when the cheese changes. And then enjoy that change. Savor the adventure and that taste of that new cheese. And then be ready to do it all over again, because they keep moving the cheese. Well, you think about where we are and what's happened here within the university community, and you listened to Dr. Capilouto yesterday, and it's always sort of beyond amazing to me after I've listened to him a while. And you just talk about what's new and different here. I mean, we have dorms better than my first two apartments, you know. Gourmet food on campus as opposed to pre-made hamburgers almost fried, sort of sitting off on the side of the K layer that they warmed back up, you know, stuff like that. So you get my drift. I mean, this place has really changed. I think of it as, who moved my wildcat? And that was going to be a great line until Susan used it. You know, there in terms of the picture of the lazy cat or whatever you want to call it. And so it's just a different place. We talked about the ever declining state government contribution to the university, astounding new academic buildings that Kelly showed and talked about. And you know, it's just sort of amazing to me in terms of, it recalls a conversation I had a number of years ago with our good late friend Terry Mobley, and I said, Terry, this place is really changing. And he said, yeah, and academically it's just incredible. He said, it's sort of hard to appreciate that from afar. And he said, Fritz, I probably couldn't get in today, and I know I couldn't get out. And, you know, I tell you, I sort of feel the same way, and I mentioned that a little bit to Dr. Capilouto yesterday. I said, you know, I'd really like to come back, but I probably couldn't get in. He said, oh, I don't want to talk about ACT scores. You know, it's a different kind of environment. So I'm going to encourage you, as Tim talked about, you got to stay connected. Today we have to stay connected electronically a lot. We talked about all the things that are there of alumni emails, the alumni app. If you don't know how to use it, there's Diane right there. She can give you a lesson. And David Ratterman a few years ago suggested UK Now, the daily email. I mean, all these things are there. I really encourage you to stay connected electronically and then tell people about it, because that's what's really important. The Alumni Association, we've already begun moving that cheese. The change has begun to happen. Tim is our new executive director, as he said, for the first time in 19, 20 years. So that's an enormous change. Today we voted and passed change to the membership model. Another enormous change. We talked about an ad hoc committee that's going to consider more change, evaluate it, and if appropriate, will help make that happen. Because today we're all involved here in the university because we care so deeply about this place. So a lot of us have a brick over at the plaza, that's fine. Of course, being a band member, I had to put something up there, right? And so it starts with Hail Kentucky, alma mater. So we could continue that. Loyal sons and daughters sing, sound her praise with voice united. To the breeze her colors flame. To the blue and white be true. Badge triumphant, age on age. Blue the sky that o'er us bends. White Kentucky's stainless page. So think about that. That's what we are, loyal sons and daughters, singing the praises of this university. And what we want to do is get everybody connected. That's what will make it better for all of us, that everybody's connected and that we can together help make the place we care so much about, the University of Kentucky, the best university we can possibly make it. So thank you very much. I look forward to the coming year. Thank you.